Hello, my name is Shelley, and welcome back for another episode of EU4 as Jerusalem. In previous episode, we conquered a little bit of provinces over here along the Nile, and I think right now it might be almost, or very shortly at least, time to start fighting Karakayunlu. Get these troops in position. I think 60,000 men is probably not going to be enough. But, well, I suppose we could actually just pull this one in. Oh, we have got... Oh, it's rounding it right now to... Yeah, okay, 39.69% professionalism. We're getting a very small amount per month, though. So we might just want to get another general, quite frankly. We could have another general, admittedly. Let's go ahead and do that. This army doesn't have one yet, so that's an easy fix. And there we go. May refill garrisons. 1500. I mean, at least it got a decent shock. It could be worse. So I don't suppose that unlocks any new things in here. No, not yet. I think that's like a 60 or something. Or a certain... I think it might be actually this tech level once we get that one. Anyway, we've got some troops in here. I suppose this one can now start heading east as well. We'll utilize it on this war. I think 90,000 men will mostly be enough. I mean, the enemy side does have more than that, of course. Let's see, so that's 145,000 men total. I'll go for the Holy War Superior, or the Holy War Casus Belli again, so the accuracy expansion is going to be reduced. It's still going to be the same cost regardless. It's not quite imperialism or nationalism Casus Belli, but it's still better than nothing. At least we don't need to necessarily have claims on everything, which does help in the long run. That's a level 5 fort over there. It's only Highlands. Well, it's a Highlands fort as well. I could become the Defender of Faith, but would that be a detrimental thing? Not necessarily. I mean, that would give us a lot of papal influence. But that would mean that we'd be called into a lot of wars. That could be a problem. Well, we've got some manpower, I suppose. We're going to be increasing the amount of manpower we have quite a bit as well. Overextension is going down already, and I suppose that's far away from the enemy, so that's not going to have an impact. It will be caught by the end of the war anyway. So this fleet is still getting one more ship there. I suppose one of the things that I could do in here... Oh, but... right, we're not going to get a lot of the stuff in there. We'll get another shipyard in Gaza, at least. Maybe Sidon. Maybe one in Antioch. Don't need too much fleet right now, admittedly. We've got a fairly sizable fleet. Actually, what do we need for the Crep House? We need to have a fleet of 500 or larger. We need to have more heavy ships than anyone else. Which we don't. I think Britain probably has a bit more. But we are... Okay, well... Oh, so Spain itself doesn't actually have that much development. But it's their subjects have a lot of development, so that's why they're number one. I mean, it makes sense. They've got a lot of large subjects. A lot of large colonies, at least, and all that. So economic hegemon is something that we can probably get... Well, about a quarter of the way there. And of course, once we start increasing the amount of trade that we divert towards Constantinople, which is already quite substantial, we can make that even larger once we start expanding further east. Which we're kind of working towards now. I'm actually thinking that once we get a good foothold in Persia and Basra and all that, we could start diverting the trade from Basra into Persia, and then from Persia into Aleppo, so we can get the plus 10% bonus along the trade routes even higher. For the trade power, anyway. Right, so how far is the other army? It's almost here. That's not too bad then. So, Karakayunlu, I know that you like me. So I think it's time for us to do a bit of fighting. So they didn't have the 4 up in here. Oh, they do have a bit of fleets over here. Okay, where do we have the big fleet? There you are. Let's go ahead and start blockading. Oh, there we go. There's another conversion done. So over here, this one's supposedly going to be fairly easy. I'm not going to start spending the mill points right now, though. We've got a pretty good manpower. We're getting about 2,000 per month. We could probably increase that soon enough even further. Well, actually, we've got that one already. Got most of the modifiers already from the things that are available. Oh, Cardinal exposed. Oh dear. Lost a Cardinal. There is a lot of troops in the vicinity here. We've got another troop, or another army in here available to at least support these 2 sieges. Well, I mean, this wasn't really a proper siege anyway, but we can do a bit of sieging in here. And they're going for Trebizond by the looks of it. In which case, I'll go ahead and send the Knights of Tunis down that way. And this army can also help in there if need be. We'll seize down the province over here first before we move any further. Actually, Erzurum, I'm going to give you... Oh, but it's not... Right, I can't actually give that there. The edict to increase the defensiveness of the fort. I mean, at least it's level 4 fort, and they can't blockade it. So it's going to take a while. Did they start with the... Oh, they did start with the bomb, or the barrage there. I mean, fair. It's a smart way to do it. So we will break that siege. Oh, they did bring in a bit more troops here. We'll break it anyway. Actually, you wait until we got reinforcements closer. Oh dear, we just lost Kazoo Raptor. Oh, it was sieging down here as well. That's a bit unfortunate. Okay, Ansung, I'm going to divert you to do the sieging there. We at least managed to push them out of the siege here in Trebizond. I guess we can get the mercantilism still. How much do we have? It's close to 50... 46%, okay. But it's definitely increasing, slowly but surely. Okay, so they broke the siege. Got a lot of troops here still. Oh, and Herzegovina, I suppose we are going to influence them still. So the army without a leader, the Knights of Antioch, I suppose. We'll just pull you out of there. 3310. A bit of a lackluster, quite frankly. It is 2-star general at least, so it's not the end of the world. Like, it's still enough to at least push the enemies back a little bit here and there. Now, will that one siege be... Well, it's a water shortage there, so it's a good start. Right, how's the relations with Herzegovina? I mean, we can't annex them during the war anyway, but we are at least improving relations, so after the war we can start annexing that. It's going to give us a few more provinces. Although, admittedly, we're probably getting better bonuses from having them as a vassal right now. Well, maybe a little bit less money, but more on the troops side of things. Right, they're trying to get to the forts in here. They've got a lot of troops again. But maybe we can get the victory at the fort. And or... Oh, Adana has a siege of the government again. National decline. We're going to afford increasing the diplotech costs, I think, right now. For 10 years. They've got a lot of troops in here. They are going to be a problem. They're de-sieging some of this area. I mean, at least they're taking a lot of... Well, some attrition there due to the amount of troops they have in here. We don't have the manpower right now to fight that army. Zebia isn't fighting Russians, so if you want military access, sure, I suppose. I guess at this stage... Well, there might be a little bit unrest in here. Are you taking care of that? Well, you could be. There we go. That's not a problem then. So there's not been any battles yet, so that's neither side really has any war score. Although, Russis, would you be willing to take the peace deal? I could peace you out. They did lose a bit of troops somewhere already. Well, that's one enemy less. And then there's still quite a few, admittedly, but... yeah, they've got the advantage in numbers total. If they can get everything sort of nicer collected. But we've got a 1 fort siege over here, at least that is going to be done soon. That's one of capital forts as well. Well, I say soon, it's not really progressing well. But we've done a bit more conversions in the meanwhile. So these are now moving. I think they're probably trying to go to Trebizond again. Thinking that, okay, that's where we can strike against them. The truth of the matter is, they probably won't be able to strike against us from there. We can get the idea group now, so I guess we'll go for the quality ideas. That's going to allow us to improve the infantry combat ability. And that's already going to be a pretty good boost. We can also get the extra army and navy tradition. Then cavalry, some ship durability, naval morale, naval attrition goes down. Then artillery combat ability and the discipline as well from the last one there. We would still get another 14% progress over here if we do the barrage. But at the same time, I kind of want to save that for the extra tradition that we can get. So let's just send Kathmandu's up front. Seize down Mosul, and you can maybe go to Rabah. We'll seize down a few provinces, and that one, I'm sure that is going to fall soon. Don't know where exactly their troops are, but they're not actually fighting anyone else. So they might be trying to go all the way around, and they'll suddenly appear here somewhere. That's always a possibility. Are they still... No, they are actually in the port right now. Oh, they went around here, oh. Well, if you go to Tabuk... Yeah, that's a good location for me to fight you. I'm okay with that. They do have a decent siege general in there. I see some Mosul completed. Then this army down south. Okay, one army over here for now. Depending on what the situation... Oh, 2 high taxes. We're going to afford getting a bit of unrest, I suppose. It's not something that I take lightly, but right now that might be the easy option. So I think this army should be able to defeat the enemies in Tabuk. Oh, there's the other army. Right, well, if they're splitting their troops, should be able to fight them on both sides. We'll have 33,000 men fighting defensive battle in mountains over here in the south. Ooh, in the north, it's actually not going to be quite as easy. They've still got a lot of troops in there. If we're going to win the siege in Hizinkaifa soon... No, still not. Well, this one's going to be an easy victory, I reckon. A bit costly, perhaps, but still very much achievable. We've got a fairly good general in here. Well, okay, mediocre general. 331. And a 0 in the end there, but yeah, it's... Well, yeah, no, that was an easy victory, actually. Took 4,600 casualties and did about that much on each category, so yeah, that was a good fight. Shock damage received. Ooh, there we go, that's pretty decent. Right, let's send this one north. So we're going to maybe take a fight against them in Trebizond. There we go, we finally won the siege here. Okay, well, in that case, these two armies can start moving north. And they're on the move. Get into the mountains here, so we can kind of keep them at bay. This one can probably go to Mosul again. Oh, there's the fort. Okay, how about you start sieging down... Well, actually, you're not a siege general, so you won't do that sieging. Anson could do that, or Sir Jody could do that. You know what, Sir Jody? I want you to go start sieging down the mountain fort here. And slowly but surely, if we can just corner them in here, that'd be brilliant. At least well, decent chunk of their armies, anyway. Get a bit more mercantilism in the meanwhile, slowly approaching the 50% mark. Oh, Dongola's got a bit of revolution there. Luckily, we do have an army that is going to be dealing with that. It might not get there in time, mind you. But at least it's being taken care of. Over here, since it's a bit smaller fort this time around, should be able to get that done fairly soon, I reckon. I do still have a lot of troops in here, though. We'll need all three armies to beat that one. Unless it's a good defensive battle, but even then, it might still require all. Right, well, I suppose one of the things that we could do... Gallipoli, you're going to get a soldier household. We'll get another manufactory somewhere. Like Sofia. There we go. How much is our total income now? It's still about 260 almost. The production isn't the best. Yeah, no, the Separatists is actually one in Dongola. We're going to be dealing with that soon enough. We're going to get a few cores done as well, hopefully. In the not too distant future. Suppose we could actually move this to All-2. Actually taking a slightly bit of, small bit of attrition in here. It's not something we can't manage right now, but there's some of those enemy troops in the south. There's the cores done. So did we did have one battle, which did give us almost 5 points of war score. You know what, I'm actually going to retreat these in here, into our home territory. We can maybe use one of the armies to beat down the enemies over there in Iraq. I mean, at least the enemy's taking attrition as well. Oh, there we go. Troops in Dongola have been beaten back. So let's have a look at what could we... Well, I mean, they wouldn't be taking the peace deal right now anyway, but what could we take? I kind of want to have at least that area. And then these two. Then that one. Up to Mosul. That might start forming a coalition, but as long as we keep balancing the... or juggling the peace treaties, it's not going to be too bad. Can we take all of that as well? We probably could. Question is, what do we want out of that? I mean, maybe some money. It wouldn't completely cripple them, but it would close off their coastline here. For sure, and then... Well, we could probably, 2 or 3 more wars, we can conquer most of this. It's not too high development, quite frankly. So it's not the end of the world in that regard. If they try to de-siege Hizinkaifa, that's... Oh, there's the Timurid armies now. We're going to be losing control of that. Oh, and we could start converting a bit more provinces in the meanwhile. Now we've got all of the coring done. But every fort that we can siege from them, it's going to be... Oh, right, so well, these are heading to Damascus. Now, luckily we did upgrade that to level 4. We could potentially... It's a bit risky, though, but we could potentially take these two armies and clear out the Timurid army. How is the Timurid Miltic? They got 18, so they are pretty much on par. Wait a minute, are they part of a coalition or do they have... Oh, they are part of a coalition against Shun. Oh. Right, essentially northern China. Right. Fair enough. I think what we're going to do is we'll start pulling these further south. We could maybe fight off the smaller army here first. Keep them close enough so that if there's a fight in Bitless, we can move in there. They are on the move. Bit of revolt in Bosnia. Hopefully that's not going to be too bad. There's a bit that Austria might actually take care of that for us. Go ahead and stack right with a small army in here. I don't think we're going to catch the big one, are we? No. It's just the tiny stack there. Kastamonu is under attack, but luckily the Marines should be able to deal with that. Oh, right. The Marines are first dealing with the one in Serbia. Alright. So it might take a few moments. They've got a lot of troops in here. I think... It's too risky. We're not going to attack there yet. Actually, I'm just going to move this one into Zinjar. So that we'll be close to Bitless in case that's attacked. Oh, and we can actually get another idea in the meanwhile. Get the tradition. Boost there. We're almost ready to get... Okay, we need to do some more development, I reckon. There we go. That's a decent bit more development. Should be a pretty good amount of extra production as well. So Damascus is only dry land, so we won't get the defensive bonus from there. There's a bit of enemies in here. How's the... Alright, so we can't really piece out anyone yet. Now, there's always a good chance... Well, there's a chance, I wouldn't say there's a good chance, that some of our enemies over here will get into a second war, thanks to us beating, or at least delaying them sufficiently so that they'll just take a lot of casualties somewhere. We kind of need to win this siege in here, then we can start focusing on the Timurid troops here, then we can turn north and clear the Karakayunlu troops. That is, of course, a bit easier said than done. When I say a bit easier, I mean a lot easier. Okay, now they're moving the troops east. I'm going to utilize this as a way to fight off that Timurid army. It might spark that one to start moving in. Well, we are dealing pretty good damage. We got slightly better discipline, a lot better morale, and there we go, that's a victory. Did take a bit more casualties, admittedly, to achieve that, but that forced them to retreat. In which case, we'll just go and break the siege in Damask. Arsenal's being desert. Oh dear, that's not good. We lost a bit of mill points there. But we can break the siege in Damascus, hopefully. That's a quick little victory there. Hopefully this siege is going to be done soon. Advance of nobility. Nobility gains more influence. Well, I think... Is this going to be a stack wipe, even? Yeah, it is. There we go. Right, let's move these back east here. Oh, we're under attack here. And we can't really move out of there either. Unless we do a forced march. In which case we can get probably out of the way. I mean, what are these? That's 15th. We can be out of here 17th. And that's not quick enough. We can't go through there. We can't move through. Okay. So that's going to get... Possibly a stack, right? It's going to be a bit of a nasty battle for us. We'll try to get closer. We'll try to probably just retreat this army as soon as we can. As soon as we're able to. Although we're dealing pretty good damage in this overall. No, that amount of troops is not possible for us to beat with this army. But there we go. We can retreat. Let's go to Aleppo. Lose a little bit of war score there, but that's alright. That can be regained. Go ahead and get these troops kind of in position here. See what they do. If they go to Hidden Kaifet, there is the Highlands, we'll get the defensive bonus in there if they try to siege it down. They do have a lot of troops in the vicinity though, so I don't know if we can break that siege. Not yet, at least. Get you over there, and you can move into Urfa. Right, a lot of these troops are actually heading down south to Sinjar. So if we were to consolidate the regiments, on these two armies at least, and probably that one as well, we can go over here, we'll move this one to the highlands behind to see what the situation is going to be. They are moving a lot of troops in here. They got the numbers advantage initially here, but we're going to get some reinforcement very shortly. These can start moving in as well. There we go, we got the numbers advantage now. We're still taking pretty hefty casualties, but we did win the battle. We took mostly casualties in infantry and cavalry. They took quite a bit of losses in artillery as well. So there we go, we destroyed one of the armies. Well, not really destroyed, but we got another victory, essentially. I think this army is going to pull back. And we're going to split these troops here a little bit. Sinjar is pretty strong. Oh, are you actually going to try to get in there? No. No, you're not. So they will not take the peace deal yet, because trying to demand Mosul that we haven't gotten any fort in the region yet. Among other things, it's probably more than that. That's 70,000 men in here at least still that are very much active. Oh, are you actually going to try to attack? Okay. Sure. I'll sack one of your towers and artillery. Losing a bit of money. Well, not gaining a lot of money right now. They've still got a lot of troops in here. But they've yet to gain any significant force or anything like that from us. Who was the... Right, so Jody is the one that is the sieging army. So we're going to go to Bitless. Keep our armies close by in here. So we can help either one. And while we don't... Well, actually, we could possibly use the artillery barrage. It's 35... Although, what the next one was on the ideas. The next one's going to be the cavalry combat ability. We probably wanted to have that one rather than get the extra there. So, yeah. We might need to let them attrition themselves over here a little bit. How is the manpower looking like right now in the war enemies side of things? So, I got more manpower than they combined. They've got more troops on the field, but that's not necessarily going to save them. Oh, that's another conversion done. Alright, they've got a pretty large siege going on in here. I think... We're going to break the walls. That might speed up things enough. And is this one part of... no, that's not part of the state, so we can't increase the... or decrease their speed of sieging. I think it's been what I could do. So I could send in another army in here with more cannons, so we can get the +2 at least in here. Also, how close are we getting the Splendor enough? Ooh, hold on a minute. So there's the yearly absolutism, that could be quite handy. Administrative efficiency is also quite handy. Harsh treatment costs monthly autonomy cooldown, autonomy change cooldown rather. Fort maintenance and border with rival, that's quite handy. Change rival costs. And then Edo absolutism. Okay, so right now, I think the administrative efficiency is probably going to be our best bet. We won't get any of these special things in here. There's one for French, one for the Dutch, one for the either Sweden or Scandinavia, and then Manchu or Jing. Yeah, bonus there. Okay, so there's some options. Nothing particularly good necessarily. Right, now we've got 14% chance of winning the siege. Hopefully we get lucky with this. That's another conversion done. I suppose this army... I wouldn't mind catching some of these tiny armies moving through, but we've got the Ticking War score already. So we are probably going to win this. The question is, of course, can we get this siege done first? Because that's going to then allow us to take the provinces that we're wanting to take sooner rather than later. How's the... So they got 24%... Oh, right, okay. One of the things that I suppose I could do is start building a spy network in the nation so we can siege down faster. We can stop doing the outraged countries diplomat for the time being. Excellent vintage. Ooh, unrest goes down. That's quite handy, actually. Damascus under siege again. They do have a lot of troops in here. I can't really fight all of those. I might be able to extend this army a little bit, though. Okay, another infantry there. There's a bit of separatists down south as well that might fire. So Dartmoor is once again siege down. But maybe, just maybe, well, I suppose this is a mountain fort, so of course it's going to be a lot slower siege. But the spy network is helping with the siege slowly. At this point, I might actually go ahead and put the focus on the middle points, so we can get the idea group done faster. We're still ahead of time in most of the text anyway, so that's not a large consideration. Oh, disease outbreak. Damn it. That was really rough luck there. Well, there's increased mercantilism in the meanwhile. At least we'll be hopefully able to get a bit more money. Still getting pretty decent amount of trade, although I suppose the merchants being slandered and all that is probably hindering us a little bit. Actually, no, I don't think that's impact right now. At the same time, the reinforcement cost of 50 ducats per month, that's quite something. I'm seriously hoping that we can get the siege done now. And then we can start moving these troops to maybe force them to get out of that siege. Nope, well, it's a food shortage at least. They are slowly losing some strength there. I suppose one of the things that I could do at this point, there's not necessarily going to be any rebellions down here. I'm going to drop the troops in Trebizond and go and get their fleets out of the way, essentially. We'll go to Guria and we'll kick out that fleet, then we could maybe do a landing over there somewhere. But yeah, we're going to lose... Oh, so bad. Okay, that's a rebellion down in the south. So we're probably going to lose this siege now. Yeah, we did. Now they're going to start splitting the troops maybe a little bit. Profiteering Kara. Ottoman's opinion goes down. Local unrest. Ooh, that's actually not initially a bad one. More trade power? Yeah, we'll take that one. Not necessarily the best of the situation, but it'll do for now. Oh, now they're going to Anja. Oh, we never upgraded this fort over there yet. We did upgrade some of the more border provinces. Or closer to the border, but I didn't expect the enemies to get in there, quite frankly. But we're kind of stuck on the mountain forts right now here, doing the sieging. But we've got the ticking war score, we just need to choose our battles carefully. And we can still win this. Even if they siege down some of the provinces, but they are... Oh, there we go. That's siege down. We can go and de-siege the fort over here. Oh, and there we go. We capture both their ships. We potentially go to Kars already. Keep an eye on where their troops are, to be fair, but... we might be able to start breaking some of these. We're going to be catching a few units on the fort in here. Now we've got the Splendors. We'll get the yearly absolutism. No, actually, we'll get the administration efficiency. That'll probably help us a bit more. I don't know if it's... well, the governing capacity is at least slightly better right now. We're stacked by some of that. Was it Ansung? No, so Jody is the one that is good at sieging. Split the troops a little bit. We might actually... yeah, we'll be losing a little bit of the progress in there. They've still got a lot of troops in here. I hope that they are starting to move some of their troops back here. Or try hunting that one, which... for that, I'm actually going to move the transports over here to Guerre so we can easily pick up the Marines if need be. That one is heading... well, it's not really heading that much north, actually. Lost Damascus, but we did at least defeat the rebellion. Now that one's heading further south. I got 13,000 man army over here, Yerevan, but that's not really a huge concern right now. You know what? Since they started moving all their troops down south, I'm going to go and clear out the siege in Antioch. It's risky, to say the least, but I think we're going to manage it. That's going to break a lot of these troops now. They're going to start scrambling northwards, maybe try to help in this battle, which they're not going to get there in time, I don't think. Yeah, no, they didn't get there in time. We did take a decent bit of infantry casualties again, as per usual, but we did also inflict more casualties to them than what we took. That's going to clear out some of these sieges anyway, and then Sejodi can start going de-sieging that again. And that's going to go maybe to Hama. In fact, what we could do is we could take these two sieges, or these two units, go to clear out the army in Sidon, and then Jerusalem, and then go to Ashraq. Well, I suppose we need to go to Damascus first, but regardless, we can clear out the army, hopefully. It's only dry land, so they don't get any defensive bonus in there. Oh, okay, they managed to actually slip away from there. We'll clear out the army in here now. That might cause this one to retreat, or abandon the siege. But oh my goodness. We're just annihilating them there. That's a full stack wipe. Right, well, I guess we're going to go clear out another fort. Ooh, Marav Army's Advisor. That could be quite handy. I'll take the Prestige and the Advisor. So yeah, needless to say, it's a bloody combat in here. But we're winning the battles. And that's giving us a lot of leeway in how we're going to maneuver our troops next. So Kamendel doesn't have any siege pips. Ansung does. So Ansung can go to Damascus and you can go to Tatnor. Provide a little bit of cover for either one of these sieging armies. They are currently in bitless, but I don't think we need to wait that long to get these two sieges done. Well, actually, that one's not even moving forward yet. Oh, we caught a small army in here again. Huh. Well, that's not going to be enjoying the stay there. That's another sack wipe, actually. So now Timurids might be willing to step out of the war. What are you willing to give me? Nothing. I don't really have a war score on you, but sure, I can piece you out. And that way, the balance of power is now definitely in my favor. Uh-oh. I forgot to keep an eye on that one. Well, it's a distraction anyway. Ooh. Ah. Tuscany was in position. Okay, so we can get some points. And Tuscany will help me even further. As soon as we can retreat, we will. Go past Trebizond, maybe down here somewhere. Did take a decent bit of casualties there, but, you know, it's the Marines. They're kind of meant to do that. Or they're not meant to be fighting front line. They jump in, siege down a province, clear the way for other troops to land in. Right, they do still have a lot of troops in here, so we haven't won the war. We won quite a few battles, at least. Get some more mercantilism. So what is mercantilism right now? It is 49%. The bourgeoisie should be quite loyal to us. They are. We might want to go ahead and clear out the siege in a bit less soon enough. Once we get these two sieges done, essentially. For which we might want to send Kathmandu to help with Damascus. That's going to be the one that's going to take a longer time, I reckon. And then these two sieges, it's going to take a while for them. We're almost ready to get the cavalry combat ability now as well. Yeah, there we go. That should be enough. So that will allow us to utilize the cavalry that we have in quite a few armies. Not all of them, mind you, but quite a few. A lot better in combat. They do have a lot of troops in here. Oh, there we go. That's a siege done. Let's go to Urfa, so we're at least somewhat safely behind the lines. Where the army there. Well, actually, so Jody, I'm going to send you to Damascus to increase the speed of siege. Not massively, but enough to get a bit of a faster solution to this. And then I suppose what we could do is we could take Kathmandu out of the siege already. Now, I did probably slow down the siege a little bit in here. There we go. Now we get a 42% there. That's not too bad. We haven't gotten any breaches on the walls yet either. They got 60,000 men in Hezekiah plus another 40,000. Okay, so they've got a lot of troops in here, but if we can get all these armies, including that one, to fight in Hezekiah, we could probably break the siege. They are going to be there for a while. There we go. Damascus has been sieged down. Time to start moving forward. They will fear us. Also, we're starting to get a little bit of war score in such a way that they might be willing to take the peace deal in due time. We just need to get a few more good victories, I reckon. So not far out. That was moving away, so we are actually going to get probably pretty free hands-on attack in here. Let's wait for the reinforcements from the south to arrive a little bit closer. Actually, I'm just going to send these in first. Have 80,000 men also, actually a bit more than that, getting in here. We'll have a lot of artillery. And my goodness, that's just annihilating the enemy front line there. There we go. It's not to say that we didn't take any casualties, but compared to what they took, we didn't take all that much. That's another 6 points of war score, less attrition as well for Sir Jody. That's actually quite handy. Let's have a look. Would that be... They still hold Tabriz, so they all want to take a peace deal yet. They got a bit of troops up there. That's not too bad. I think we'd actually send... so are you going to Sinjar? You are. We'll send you to Van. I'm going to stand in a bit list right now. We'll see where exactly the enemy is sending their troops. But there we go. We've got a pretty good war score. Mashasha, would you be willing to take a peace deal yet? Not yet, almost. So that's going to be another nation that will then... be about 15,000 men that they have in here. Actually, more than that they would be stepping out. So yeah, that could be quite handy. Go ahead and speed up a little bit right now since we're not actively fighting. Motion defects. Oh dear. We'll get more mercantilism. I suppose that's fine. Right, so there's quite an army in there. I'm going to send the army from Sinjar to Mush. And then this one go to Rabah. So we'll have 2 armies in the south, 2 armies in the north. And we can probably push these back even further. Shun wants to fight Russia, sure. I'm okay with that. Oh, rigorous researchers. Ah, that's quite nice. So we're quite a bit ahead of time in... Well, actually not that far ahead of time in the tech, but not too bad at time. Oh, we lost the Inquisitor. Well, at the same time, I suppose we could go for either the Unrest Advisor or the Tax Advisor. That's actually not a bad one either. Or the Production Efficient. We'll go for the Tax Advisor. I think that's still going to be a bit more money. And now there's Call for Peace. Would they actually be taking the peace deal? Not yet. Although, I could peace out you, which gives us a slightly better chance of piecing out the rest of them. Well, basically the main enemy right now. They would not take the peace deal unless if we take a bit less money. How much are you willing to give? That's actually still a pretty good amount of money. We get a decent bit of provinces. So I'll go for that one. Is that going to be... Oh, it's a bit of a coalition that could form, in theory, but most likely it's not going to. Let's just go ahead and make sure that all the troops are on our side of the border. We'll quickly go ahead and start coring everything. And with that, we are definitely out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, I got the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.